Welcome back on the AM show. I, together with my colleagues, will be serving you the news review shortly. But just so you know, the entity making it possible for you to enjoy this news review, Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic. And we are offering free prostate and female fertility screening. Locate us in Accra Spintex opposite the Shell signboard, in Kumasi, Kronum Abwehia behind the Angel Educational Complex, in Takrady Anaji Estate, Tema Community 22, Techiman Hanswa and Esiama Enzima. If you'd like to reach us, just call 0244 867 068 or 0274 234 321. Endpoint Homeopathic Clinic, the end to chronic disease, but the start of my fun part of the day with these two lovely people. Samuel Kojo Brace, Mapitso Sebidi, in the left corner, and in the right corner.
This guy, we have to take you to the boxing arena.
Who's that?
Oh, yeah.
I'll be a ring announcer.
To be with Nathaniel Ato.
Good to see you guys.
Great to see you, Ben.
But even as we've started on a sporting note, talking pugilism. You know pugilism, right?
No, I don't.
It's a fancy word for boxing.
Oh,
so a pugilist is a boxer.
me, I did a Greek farming. We didn't play. He did linguistics or whatever. Me, bring me agricultural terms and probably we can talk.
No worries. We have a whole lot to celebrate. Let's do this in. Glory, glory, Man United.
Oh,
glory, glory, Man United.
Glory, glory, Man United. And the Reds go marching on.
Okay, so
we support the greatest team on earth. That's what it is.
Okay, so our sound guy Dennis says, I don't know the rest of the lyrics and I called for it, but Ekra, my friend. Especially, you know, Dennis is a Chelsea fan, right?
Oh, you see.
Where are they on the league?
They are
is it 10th or 11th?
They are non-entity for now. We don't talk about them.
What?
Entity. We don't talk about them. I mean, they are not part. I mean, when we're talking about, you know,
teams of value, teams that are,
you don't count them
Chelsea,
in.
They bought every player on the planet.
You see, the problem. Sometimes I wonder who takes the footballing decision.
And I thought it's just about pumping money into the thing without any results.
Right now, we are bringing 10 billion.
We have to have time to synthesize.
You know. We are bringing $10 billion investment into Man United, and when we do,
the Qataris want to buy. The Glazers are asking for £6 billion.
You see, I can't wait for that day. Everybody, you see, every team.
They can't see top.
Every team in England, every team in England,
run.
Their prayer is that United should always remain, you know, in the doldrums where everybody can beat us anyhow. When we are doing better, they fear because they know that when we get to our peak,
and we have not peaked too.
No.
We are nowhere near our peak.
This one we are like around level 3.
What was that?
When we take level 4, level 5, and we get to 10.
Mapitso Sebidi, tell me you are not a Red Devils fan.
I'm not. I'm a Barcelona.
Yeah. We commiserate with you.
Okay.
We share in your pain, though we actually don't share in it.
Man don't stay where man don't fall. Get up and come for more. Yeah, so Barcelona.
They should get up and come for more. All right, guys. Time now for us to get into the papers this morning. What do you have, Coach? What do you have, Mapitso? I think we'll start with you. Ladies first.
Sure.
All right.
But maybe then they say no, men first. I'm saying ladies first, as the saying goes. But when it comes to certain things, if it comes to killing the snakes and the mice and the rest, they say that one day. Kojo, Fauti Kwaji.
Yeah, you said you are providing a protector, so protect me by killing the snake and the mice. Thank you very much. Let's start with the Daily Guide. And NPP, NDC tango over the EC law. We also have 1 killed, several houses burnt in the Wenchiki chieftaincy disputes. We also have refer Oponi's trial to CG, and Ghana is a pillar of stability, and the Ashanti Women's organizer endorses Dufour. But let's go to page 6, where Ghana is a pillar of stability, and that's according to the German Minister for Development Cooperation. And she has tagged Ghana as a pillar of stability, saying it is Germany's Best Destination in Africa for Collaboration and Partnership on Key Developmental Agenda, addressing the media. She said, and I quote, "We want to achieve progress for people and enterprises here in Ghana. It is really important to me that the rules are applying on the ground to help those at the beginning of the supply chain in Ghana." We also have the Western Regional Minister who launched a tourism book, and he said it is posed to strategically position itself to leapfrog other regions to become the preferred tourism destination in Ghana. And I really like that idea because, I mean, everybody, when they come to Ghana, we're going to Accra, but like there are so many other regions like the Volta region, the Western region where Kojo Brace comes from, where they are giving you so many great things. Like the Western region has some of the best beaches I've been to in Africa. Well, he mentioned, among others, that all deplorable roads leading to tourism sites or hospitality facilities would be fixed. So the book is called Discover Western Region, detailing the rich tourism potential of the region. I think it's good because he also encouraged tourists who would love to experience nature and adventure to visit interesting sites to learn, feel, and enjoy the best from the Western region.
Well, yeah, it's a good thing he's done, yeah, to have launched the book. He says that roads leading to tourist attraction site will be constructed.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing realization of that. You know, the other time I was telling you that there are a lot of tourist sites in the Western region, but our bane is the road. Yeah. Poor nature of roads, you know. So if he says that they will be fixed, I'm looking forward to the time they will, because you can call the tourist to come to Western region to visit the site, but if the roads are in the way they are, people might not choose to come.
I remember 3 years ago, was it 3 years? Yeah, I think 3 years ago, we went to the Western region and we wanted to go to the Cape 3 points, the lighthouse, right? And because it was a Joy FM alongside a travel company or travel agency, we're using a bus, so it's a big bus, right? So unfortunately on that day, we couldn't go to the Cape 3 points because of the road.
The road, yes,
Yeah, it was terrible. So that means, I mean, if people are excited to go to Cape 3 points, but then unfortunately they were disappointed because, listen, we can't go there. Yeah, we can't access the location. So
look, there are fantastic. Look, there's a place called Butre.
You've mentioned it before.
If you go to Butre, you might not want to come back. You might want to stay there for like a month, two. The place is beautiful.
Serene, huh?
I tell you. Look, you're far away from noise and a lot of vegetation. The seashore is so beautiful. Not like the ones you see in many places where you see death all over. This one is a very clean beach, very wide and long. There is a fort that has a history with it. When you stand at the fort, the way you see the community beneath.
I love the way you're selling Butre.
Because
I'm sure some people are already salivating. Look, they're like, I have to go to Butre.
Butre is beautiful. I mean, the day I went there, the first time I went there, I said, wow, I never regretted driving my car to the place.
Yeah.
And I have gone there like 4 times after. But the road,
terrible.
It's
a total put-off.
If we are able to construct the road, the investment that can come to Butre and open up that small community.
And it's same for, there are so many places north, so many places down south, similar situations. So and we're simply not doing that. So even when, you see why sometimes I say our governance is very haphazard. Even if we decided that, you know what, Ministry for
Tourism
and Culture, Arts and all of that, you know what, we want you within a 4-year term as part of your mandate, or maybe the overarching part of your mandate, ensure that the routes, access roads leading to all tourist sites that we are targeting will be clear, that anyone who wants to go there will have a very well laid asphalted road and all of that. Is that too hard?
But also the facilities themselves need to be fixed, because you may have a beautiful road.
We go step by step. Once the points of entry are fixed.
Because see, this cove has Fort Bartonstein.
That's another wonderful place.
Yeah.
History. When you go to Descove, you would learn a lot about Ghana's history, even church. And then you see beautiful things. But the road leading to Descove is in terrible state. And that's a community that has 2 paramount chiefs. But the road is...
Have 2 paramount chiefs?
Yes. Lower and Upper Descove.
It's true.
I see.
You know, but the road is a put-off. You will not go there because of the road. And you can use the same road to get to Akweda, No, Akweda has 2 town communities, Old Town and New Town. The Old Town is like, if you look at it from a drone shot, it will appear to you like an island. Beautiful.
Okay, nice.
But the road to the Akweda community is terrible. After Akweda, you go to Cape 3 Point.
Yeah.
You know, so it's good he's published the book. He says the road should be fixed, but let's move from talking to action.
To action,
Look, there's a Domama shrine in Wasa East. Beautiful shrine. There is like a 3 stones, so like twin.
Yeah.
With history behind it.
Eish.
But the road to the Domama shrine is a problem. You see, Ankasa Forest in Zulezo.
On that note, the
okay.
Western Regional Minister, if you're listening to us,
Please.
You have your...
We're dispensing free ideas.
No,
We're
you
giving
have
him
your
free
ambassador.
ideas.
Here's your ambassador.
Sure.
Please,
Western.
your ambassador. Last story I want to take is the film producer picks NDC nomination forms. There's something about Iowa Soul West Wagon that everybody wants to target. And one of them, we know that John Dumelo was one. Actor, turned politician. Now, celebrated Ghanaian actor, producer, and artist manager Fred Numa on Wednesday picked his nomination forms for the upcoming NDC primaries to elect presidential and parliamentary candidates, and he is contesting for Iowa Soul West Wagon.
Fred Norman.
Yeah, Fred.
He wants to contest. I'm told that John Dumelo is now giving up that seat. He wants to go to Sal.
I see.
Akakpo,
Likpe, and Lolobi.
But you know the constituency has not been created
It's not been
yet.
created.
Yeah.
I don't
But
know.
where did you get this information? Because all along I felt he would go back to.
No, we
Ayawaso West
work in the news space, so a lot of. But I was going to add that it's not concretized from his side.
Yeah.
So he might come up and pick the forms, whatever. But it's going to be an interesting thing. You were talking about.
I found it really interesting when Fred wanted to go because I felt that with John Dumelo having contested and only been narrowly beaten,
he would go again. So it will be. I don't know what would influence that decision to leave the work he's done
because
there
I feel
and go to
now
Sal.
is the time that he just might be able to clinch that seat.
And you see, I think the reason why some people because that constituency is, I think, is the most elitist constituency in Ghana, isn't it?
One of the most, I guess.
One of the most.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the catchment area, the East Legon parts of,
University of Ghana.
University of Ghana.
Look,
it's
so
very...
So if you are able to lay down good policies and projects, you get people to listen to you and buy into it. These are not people who come and say, give me 50 cedis to go and vote. Because those guys, they are wealthy. They don't need your 50 cedis.
But you see,
all they need is ideas.
Another bit in there, the Ivory Tower, University of Ghana. You see the students, now politics has... You'll find a very vibrant Tain, a very vibrant... what's the other one, crowd?
So I know Tescon.
Tescon
is for MPP, Tain is for NDC.
Exactly. And I have seen over time that it's usually practically along party lines. You get it? So there, I don't think there's much convincing to do. Most of them, but of course there are the impression, there's always that group in the middle.
Yeah, that group who would always go with your project and ideas, how they feel convinced by your message to go and vote.
But I think with Sal, first of all, I don't know because it's not been couched yet.
Yeah.
We're now looking at doing that, though that seems to be some sort of aberration in terms of constitutional provision that everyone who has the franchise should not be disenfranchised.
I'm sure it will be created in the long run. It will be. But he'll face...
Again, I feel that if he does go, looking at the catchment area, Central Kofi, Akpafu, Likpe Lolobi, then it will be feeding into the Voltairean, bit about what used to be the former Volta region, and the fact that the NDC has that as its wall bank, has that as its strong ground, and the possibility of overcoming a contestant from the other side would be high.
No, and again, even internally, I'm aware is Edem Agbana.
Edem Agbana, okay. Is he also gunning for that?
He's targeting that seat, and he's been targeting for some time now.
Okay.
So if he indeed does go, it will be a competition between John Dumelo, that's internally what I know, John Dumelo and Edem Agbana, and it will be such a fierce one. Because Edem Agbana is young, but he's not a walkover.
That is
with his experience
he's not.
In the
John Dumelo has also been there, done that, and he has that figure, that stature.
Yeah.
Apart from what he's done as an actor, as a businessman,
I
farmer.
love him for his farming.
A farmer,
I just love him. I want to have a day to sit down with him and have a chat with him.
Why don't you just arrange it?
I've tried. I mean, someone is trying it for me. You know, I would want
How
to.
did they go?
We'll work on it.
The person is still on.
Well,
working on it.
Because
I'm
you
only
see,
asking because
there are some young
get
people.
stuff
There are
together.
some young people who will tell you we are not interested in going into farming, and they will list the reasons why.
Okay.
So when I see young people like that who have invested hugely into it, I want to understand them and to use them as probably the motivation source to get other young people to say, no, I think that let's change our mindset towards the agricultural sector, because the labor force in in farming generally is aging.
Yeah.
And we need younger people to go into the space. So we have to use people like him to motivate others like Ben, yourself.
Oh, I don't need
you know,
motivation.
myself
I'll be
to go
going
into
to farming very soon.
Okay.
Me,
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for.
need
Do you know the things I'm going to do?
No.
Especially because I've worked in the value chain. I've told everybody, cashew. It fetches way more than cocoa.
Okay.
Cashew, cassava, palm.
Okay.
These three for starters.
Myself and
Game, set, and match.
Myself and a team, we're doing cassava now in the central region.
Okay.
And we're even looking for people like you to invest your money into it. We'll talk about that one later. Yeah.
So what
Where
papers
money?
do you have? Yeah.
Okay, but there's something interesting here I saw in the graphic that I want us to. Okay. Britain's salad crisis could last another month.
This is in the Daily Graphic, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But give us the scoop. Give
Yeah,
us the
let's
scoop.
hear what they're saying, huh?
Britons may face shortages of salad staples, including tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, for up to another month, the government said on Thursday. On Wednesday, Britain's biggest supermarket group, Tesco, followed rivals Asda, Morrisons, and Aldi in imposing customer purchase limits on salad items after supplies were hit by disrupted harvest in southern Europe and North Africa due to unseasonal weather.
Oh.
My concern is that
Yeah.
some people are worried they won't get salad staples.
Can you imagine?
We are even facing vaccine shortage. Our roads are poor. In fact, church-wise, we are lucky. Poverty is huge in this country.
Poverty is not a good thing.
Charlie, but some people,
They want
they
salads.
have gone beyond all of these challenges that now they worry about salad.
Can you
I mean, when I saw this, I was like, life is not fair.
You know, it reminds me of, I just saw a post on Instagram from a friend who says, you know, he puts a sandal there and he says, this is just a reminder to poverty that this Jesus shoe or sandals is going for 15,000 Ghana cedis. So you see the thing, your heart will put, but for someone it's just, you know.
It's just small change.
It's the same situation here, same scenario.
Some people are worried about salad. Salad.
People are thinking,
Hey, the way me, I'm worried about, Charlie, this afternoon, which kind of fufu, where can I get 10?
you can think of fufu.
Oh, no. But you see, when I'm thinking about fufu and probably the school fees back home and all of that, someone is worried about salad shortage. Anyway, we have to get there.
Yeah. Oh, we'll get there. Don't worry.
Planning.
And you see, it makes no
Planning.
sense that we've not got there. In fact, that we've not superseded. Do you know, we should be so much wealthier than these Western countries.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of them in terms of natural resource. I mean, you can pick out the US, Canada, Russia, because these are vast areas of land. They have gold, they have oil. People don't know that the US, the United States, has one of the largest, stores of gold.
Okay.
People don't know that.
Okay.
China,
Yeah.
that's same. Russia, that's same. Apart from oil, people don't know this. We often think, and we are just using ours, and there's practically nothing to show.
Yeah.
And this gold, mind you, is not infinite. It is finite.
Yeah.
Sure.
So we must think about the generations coming that Adenosan, what will they come in? Even with gold, we are doing this. Then when there's no gold, I think at some point we discovered, was it lithium or something of the sort?
Oh yeah, we have
Somewhere in the OT region and other parts.
Yes.
In fact, this country is so rich. Practically everywhere you
lithium.
go,
I think
there's
we've made some huge findings in Mankasim area.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You know,
And I think, is it iron ore, bauxite?
Yeah,
and
iron ore
everything?
is
in OT again.
Iron ore, OT, Yendi, upon
can we be
Maso
like this?
and all of that. Charlie, this country, I think our problem is planning. You remember the
for
debate about
65
you
years.
remember the debate about the 40-year development plan that the Development Planning Commission brought
Yeah.
up, that
Yeah.
it was like 40 years is too much.
Interestingly, do you know other countries are rolling out 30-year, 20-year,
the
40-year
point
plan?
is that you have long-term plans and you have medium
Within the long term,
exactly medium term,
short and medium term, feed into it.
Charlie, but every party will come and will want to do, me na me ye say, and the way we've done our things in this country, that Maps, if I buy you this phone, yeah, and probably maybe I didn't finish paying it. When Ben comes, Ben would not want to buy you continue paying the phone.
Yeah.
He would want to go and buy you this one because I bought it for Maps. I think that's a major challenge we need to overcome. You know, so it's something else that when countries have developed so much that now the things that worry you and I are not their headaches. And then we are still grappling after 60 or something years, over 100 years of mining, gold, for example, in this country.
Yeah.
Then it tells you we have a deficit.
And why we're not thinking and using this avenue much better, because the Portuguese came and took, the Dutch came and took, the English came and took. All these people have come and taken. And what is left on Sono? Look at this gold for oil thing. I don't know whether you followed my conversation yesterday.
Yeah.
But when the experts speak to you and they tell you about the dangers inherent and why do you even have to? Because look, I think it was Duncan Amua who mentioned that you're selling the raw gold, when in fact, if you were to just even polish it, you could get about 3 times the value. Are you
No. I'm not sure it's the raw gold.
No, it's not the. I mean,
the
if
refined
you added
gold.
Yes, no, refined. But I'm saying that.
Okay, like we should add value.
Value.
Okay.
You could get about 3 times, which means with one consignment you can get 3 times more in terms of oil. So what exactly is that?
No, but I'm thinking that as for that one, maybe it's a thinking that we should have because the thing is that you are being faced with a challenge now. Look at how you can solve it in the shortest possible time, and look at long term. This idea, I think long term we should approach it, so that we can be adding value to our gold, and then we can be earning more. For example, in the gold industry, you remember that in the gold value chain, we're told that the value chain is valued at around $100 billion or so, but we're in Ivory Coast. We are chasing some, is it 5 billion or so market? The raw material selling there's the beans. If you add value, it's over 100 billion.
Ask yourself.
So why are we not playing into adding value to our being?
Ask yourself why Switzerland is the chocolate capital of the world. How is that even possible when we are producing the cocoa?
They are buying everything.
The Netherlands, Britain, France. Why are these entities, major hubs when it comes to chocolate?
And do you know something?
We who produce the thing.
Do you know that
they sell it back to us?
Our market to sell our beans is even under threat now, because today as we speak, China
I just saw it coming.
Importing cocoa, and their cocoa beans. They have said that the catch is our cocoa is not.
It's unpolluted.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's from unpolluted land. So they have their people come here.
Yeah.
Do galamsey. Pollute I'm not saying all Chinese, but pollute our land, and then they brand their cocoa
because they know that Ghana's cocoa is premium on the market. Ghana's cocoa is premium cocoa
worldwide.
So any market player who wants to come into the competition will target you.
Yeah.
And the only thing they can use to, and the whites are so much concerned about land pollution. So they say that our cocoa is not, and they are growing more than what we're doing. We should be thinking twice. Okay. Anyway,
not necessarily in terms of more. They are just producing quite a little now, but they have the land, and if the weather works for them, would be in big trouble. Yeah. But let's get into some other stories.
Close to 1 million. Let's see.
Right.
Now, the Ghana Service has assured the public that vaccines for routine child immunization that were in short supply will be made available latest in 3 weeks. It said currently there are 3 out of the about 13 vaccines used were in short supply, and those were for measles, rubella, oral poliomyelitis vaccine, and Bacillus calmette-guerin. I don't know if I've gotten that, but BCG, a vaccine for tuberculosis disease. So Ben, like I told you, some people are worried about salad. We are worried about.
But you see, that's why I'm talking about this today in my blunt thoughts. I don't get it. I feel that our country, with everything we have, we're so, pardon my using this word, backward. Some things are the most basic that you shouldn't. I mean, if you get all other things wrong,
you can't get
the most vulnerable in society, children, and vaccines that will protect them from rubella, all kinds of fevers, polio. You know what polio can do to you?
Yeah.
It runs out, and the health system doesn't even know. It has to run out for it to come into the papers yesterday. Front, banner headline, daily graphic. in some jurisdictions, the minister in charge would have what?
Resigned.
Of course.
Not in Ghana.
Thank you.
Now, Dr. Patrick Kumabwa just said that as part of national interventions, funds had been made available to UNICEF to facilitate the acquisition of the vaccines, which were expected soon. Okay, so some
expected soon. Yeah. So in the meantime, all the children who must be getting these vaccines, who are going through the phase, they should wait because soon. And you know how soon our pipeline can be.
Okay. Anyway, but let's celebrate the editor for the graphic.
Okay, he bows out.
Atuafo, yes.
Yeah.
So, good morning to the venerable Atuafo. His name is Kobi Asma. Kobi Asma is that editor.
Okay, let me quickly walk through the papers I have.
Kudos to him.
Kudos to him.
Kudos.
Kudos.
Kudos. No, I just want you to keep the word kudos.
Kudos.
Yeah, okay. Kudos and cucumber.
And your kudos.
And they can do kudos back where
kudos.
The Ghanaian Times, chieftaincy conflict at Trepwani, 4 killed, soldier, 4 injured, others injured. Women, children flee houses set ablaze. This is another worrying development. Picture there, Ambrose Derry, Minister for the Interior. Mr. Alban Bagbin says, well, registration of voters. Parliament adopts CI to make Ghana card sole registration document, but he's also called for the EC boss to appear personally in Parliament. Ghana EU IOM partner to implement safe, orderly, regular migration project. And Dr. Dufour picks NDC nomination forms to contest presidential primaries. Let me just take a quick look at the story on page 11 and then we'll reflect on the story on page 4. So at least 4 persons were killed in a chieftaincy dispute at Wenchike, a farming community in the Trepwani district of the Northeast region. Another 5, including an officer of the Ghana Armed Forces, were said to have been injured, with many houses set ablaze. Several people, mainly women and children, are reportedly fleeing the country to the community to the district capital, Trepwani, for safety. The incident was said to have happened following an attempt by the paramount chief of Trepwani to enskin a chief of Nyangbangi, a farming community near Trepwani, but the chief of Wanchiki near Abuba on early Thursday morning enskinned a different person for the people of Nyangbangi community. Why am I bringing this up? Similar situation in Bo.
Yeah. So
I don't know how we're handling, because Trepwani has also been a hotspot. It has its own problems. And this morning, as I talk about Boku in my blunt thoughts, I just feel that we're sitting on a ticking time bomb. Ticking time bomb, and we're taking it for granted. The peace we have, we shouldn't take it for granted.
I think the Minister for National Security should be doing more than he's doing now. There's need for him to be doing more. Last time,
Albert Kandapa.
How
about the Minister of the Interior? He's pictured here. The Minister of Defense, all those people.
Well, but national security, he should be on top of this.
Yeah.
That's why we have that ministry, isn't it?
Are you saying he's underneath it right now?
Oh, but what is happening shows. But why? We didn't have the Ministry of National Security, did we? So when they created that ministry, it meant that we had a special need. That's why we brought it up. So we expect far better. For example, people, security analysts have questioned why the security setup did not get that tape about the installation in Nalerigo. Because you don't let it happen for the aftermath to occur before you start to spend more money to get things done. We have to be on top of our things.
Let's quickly look at this as well. Parliament has adopted the CI to make Ghana card sole registration document. What do you think of that? And to wrap for me in the final newspaper, who wins Nigeria elections tomorrow? So I see here Tinubu, I see Atiku, and I see a certain Peter Obi.
Yeah.
If I were Nigerian, everyone knows where I would vote.
No,
should I say it?
Say it.
Peter Obi, obviously. Okay. His drive against corruption, having served as a governor and what he has done. I mean, they say he's stingy, but if he's going to be stingy and still ensure that the public purse is protected and all of that, Nigeria honestly should be a big, humongous economic. But look at them, with all the vast oil and other reserves.
But I think that polls put Tinubu slightly ahead, because of he coming from the governing APC, right? And he's been around for some time. So, but the thing is that Obi has really been he's brought changes, because yesterday was
the difference between, for example, our politicians and Peter Obi is that he has been in governance and he has done what he said he would do. That's the difference.
So yesterday we were speaking to some Nigerian journalists and a political analyst, and he said that he has changed the way campaigning was done this time around. It has moved from someone coming to sign on a campaign platform and saying, I'll do ABC, to now,
this is what I have done.
And then you ask questions. They probe. Now the electorate are probing. Unlike, in the past where Nigerian politicians will come and stand and say, we'll do, and then they go. Now, because of Obi, and Obi has brought the youthful, side to the whole election. So it's beautiful. Just that I hope that the killings and whatever that are happening will come to. Yeah, sure.
We have to go. Any headlines just to run away?
Well, international criminal gold gang busted in Ghana.
Okay.
Our
gold, dear.
Yeah.
Our gold has been ravaged from all angles.
Ben, I understand. Hey. I have dealt in the gold space a little. Mm-hmm. So this thing, I understand how it works. Mm-hmm. I'm sure their thing is that, Ben, give me 2.5 million and I'll give you gold worth of this. Mm-hmm. But probably they didn't have it. The white man transfers the money to them, and then, they are not thinking far. Because if you do credible business with someone who can give you 2.7 million, you know how much it can bring you to do business?
Yeah.
A lot, but they're not thinking well. But then they've been busted by the Ghanaian forces.
Anyway, time to go. A very happy birthday to Maxwell Atta. We've worked together in the past. Today happens to be your birthday. Fantastic personality. I wish you the very best on this special day, Maxwell Atta, and God richly bless you. But as we veer into sports, Prime Take will not be able to tell you a whole lot about how yesterday Manchester United sliced and diced, pounced on Barcelona, or if you like Barcelona, and made them look all kinds of,
No, they looked.
They felt because they were at top La Liga,
they will come and do what Real Madrid did to Liverpool. No. We are the Red Devil. The proper Red Devil.
We showed them. And they couldn't even score a goal. It was a penalty. And that penalty itself was controversial.
Okay.
We are the comeback kings. The comeback kings.
But whenever they play us at home.
Thank you very much.
And before we go, Mr. Director,
he loves
Barcelona posted something before the show.
The time to conquer the theater of dreams. They have conquered their very...
Let's get into Prime Take, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy.